Yeah, I think it's been a really big improvement, I think, from last season, but I think you've seen towards the back end of last season what we were trying to do, and I think it's just come out this season more. It's not like I think we've been doing too much differently. I think we've still been working hard and trying to build connections, and it's paying off, but we've just got to keep it going and not look too far ahead, and just look at the next game. So.
Yeah, I think we have a really good mix in the group with a lot of younger guys. I think the past couple of years we had more older guys, more experienced guys, but we brought a lot of young legs in the group, and now we have a good relationship. I think Sam and I, we enjoy playing with the younger guys because they bring energy in, they bring excitement in, and I think we can see that now how we want to play with more excitement, being more aggressive, and I think it suits us very well.
Great. We'll go the other way this time. We'll start with Lauren, and you guys have to go ahead and ask him.
Okay. So just in terms of kind of your dual production, what do you think is really the complement between the way the two of you have been able to be individually productive as well as complementary of each other and even other attacking players? Hany, if you want to go first.
Yeah, I think it is very important for a successful team to have multiple people who can contribute to a team, and I think Sam and I worked on our relationship. I think we have great support behind us, so we have to keep building it, and we know how hard it is to build a relationship, but we have to keep pushing because that is also in the end how we as Nashville SC will be successful.
Yeah, I think just building on that, it's just we've always been since I've been here as well. We've always been working hard. We've never not tried to build it. We've just kept on going game by game, whether it's good or bad. We always try and get better, and we're always working hard in training. So I think it's just, like I said, it's reaping the rewards of what we've done, I think, for the past couple of years, and I think we both want to get even better. We still think there's more highs for us and for the team. So yeah.
And I guess just in terms of BJ telling us that all the guys behind you, he meant quite literally on the field, playing behind you, kind of setting you both up for success. How would you describe the way the team dynamic has evolved and taken BJ's system really in stride?
Yeah, I think the guys behind us bring so much energy, and for us as offensive players, it's not like just being sitting back and just waiting to get the chance, to being proactive and trying to win the ball high up the field, and like as soon as we win the ball, playing to us, and the other team is unorganized, so it's easier for us to score a goal. But in general, I think we have a really good dynamic in the group. I mentioned it before, younger players, experienced players, and we all get along, and there's this taste of being hungry, and I think we have that this year. We have a good mix. You can see that after training. A lot of players want to do more, want to do extra work, and I think that is the spirit you have to have in a team, in a successful team, to reach the next level, to be hungry for more.
Yeah, I think, like I said, just the energy that we've had this year as well. The energy's been a massive part, I think, of our success. And obviously we brought lads in, but you've seen other guys that have been here for a long time that are starting to play a different way. There's only just need to keep building on that, to be honest, and hopefully we can.
Probably kind of following up on about the hunger of this team. You've been on some good teams here. How difficult was last year, and did you show up with a little bit different mentality this year after having gone through that?
I mean, I love soccer. I want to start there. I think even when you are going through tough times, you have to remember this is what you love doing. And I always work hard. I think everybody who has worked with me, I never put less effort in. But I think, you can taste this year there is more than it used to be. Maybe just Sam and I staying after training, shooting and working on some things. Now you can see, the younger guys, they pick up on that and staying out there, and I think that is an evolution of the club and where we want to go. And in the end of the day, you need to work harder than the others. And I think we have that good competitiveness in this team. So I think for the next step for us is that we all get better in what we are doing.
How important, I mean, as a guy who's won MVP before and has some individual honors, how important is it the rest of your career to try to get a cup here and get some team awards that you guys have been shooting for?
I mean, like as an athlete or as a soccer player, in the end of the day, you want to win a title. And I think we could be the first team in, I think, Tennessee, if I'm not wrong, maybe in Nashville, to win a title. And I think we have with Open Cup coming up now a chance where if you win 3 games, you win a title. But also a strength of ours is that we just look game by game. In the end of the day, you cannot look too fast or too far in the future, because in the end of the day, you have to win game by game.
Yeah, Sam, I wanted to ask you, you're basically at the same goals that you hit last year, halfway through the year, and I know you've said in the past that you'll back yourself whenever you get chances. I'm curious, just from your perspective, what the difference has been. Has it been just better finishing? Has it been more consistent service? A mix of both?
Yeah, I think it's probably both. Like, I think last year was a difficult season for everyone. I still felt like we tried the best we could when we were going forward. It wasn't easy at times when we didn't have a lot of the ball and we weren't getting a lot of chances. But yeah, I think this season I've obviously wanted to keep building on it. And like I said, I know I've got the same tally, but I try and not look at it too much. I probably try and look at, like I said, like Hany said, game by game, just trying to, if I get a chance, try and score and not looking too much into that. And I think it just shows that I think as long as we keep doing that, I think the numbers will take care of itself. But at the end of the day, like we're winning a lot of games. At the start of the season, I wasn't really scoring as many, and we were still winning. So it's like, I think it just shows the strength of the group, and I think that's what we got to keep doing, I think.
And then, Hany, I went back and looked at a quote from you. I think it was from 2022 or 23, where you talked about just wanting to see, when you guys had a 1-0 or 2-0 lead, being able to see out the game with the ball and control possession. It felt like you really did that. You've done that multiple times, but especially against Chicago, just being able to keep the ball and frustrate them that way. Just how important has that been for you to be able to see that this year?
Yeah, I think that is the step we needed to make, like just seeing games out with the ball. You cannot just sit back and defend and hope that they don't score and you defend well, right? Like you can be proactive and say like, hey, we keep the ball after, like we have been running around behind the ball for 2-3 minutes. Let's keep it, even if they press us, break lines and be proactive in what you're doing. And I think this year, we worked on that a lot, to be honest, but it shows the character of the group that against New York City, after such a long stretch of games, we gave 2 points away and we talked about it, and now we go to Chicago and we're leading 1-0 and Sam makes the 2-0 and then we keep the ball, playing with the ball, and I think that is the next step of us as a team, and that is good to see.
Steve?
Guys, you both talked about some of the struggles from last year. I'm curious, it was a year ago right now, you started a 2-month stretch where you didn't win. Now you're in the middle of a 2-month stretch where you haven't lost. It's obviously a very different feeling. How much of that is BJ and being comfortable in what he's asking you to do now? And just how much is confidence maybe? Is that the biggest difference than a year ago right now within the squad?
I think personally we have a completely different group. I think if you look at the player models, completely different what we had last year. There is tons of ways to play soccer, and I think for our way, how BJ wants to play, we have the right players, we have energy, we play aggressive, and I think that helps us this year to even when we get back, or if we get a goal conceded, we always have the chance to come back, and we believe in our qualities. We work on a lot of phases, and I think this year you can show that we are in a lot of phases pretty strong. We were always a good team defensively, but now we create a lot of chances, and I think I made a joke to Sam, like this year if we don't score, it's on us, because we have the chances, and in the end of the day, that is how we want to play, and I think BJ does a good job to make it clear. That is very important, especially when you have a mix between younger guys and experienced guys. And quite frankly, we have a lot of players who come into the lineups. When someone goes to the national team or someone gets injured, we can replace players, important players, and I think that is a very good sign of a good coach, because he makes it easy what the tasks are for the players. And I think just taking Jason in the center back, like he came in and he took the role, and he doesn't really speak the language, but it's clear for him what is his task, what does he have to do, and I think that is a very good sign of the coaching stuff.
Yeah, just like you said, like you've seen lads that come in like Josh as well. He obviously got 2 goals in 2 games, and Andy's obviously been one of our best players. Josh comes in and does really well. There's, like you said, there's players all over that can kind of come in and build on what the others have been doing. But yeah, I think it's obviously hard to compare this season to last season, because like it's almost like a different team. Like you look at half the players, but also the mindset. I think BJ was trying to get us to switch the mindset a bit since he's come in. And and obviously we had that month training. Obviously when the playoffs were going on, we were training here for a month. Obviously the lads probably weren't happy about it at the time, but I think now like stuff like that, it just shows like we put in the hard work, and yeah, we're getting the rewards of that.
I mean, obviously you've been an MVP in this league, but BJ said you're always looking to get better. Are you continuing to get better in this league, and where's the biggest area that you feel like maybe you've taken a step this season?
I always want to get better. I think soccer evolves constantly. I think as a player you have to look where can you get stronger. I reflected also my last season. I wasn't happy, obviously, so I reflected where I could get better, and I talked with the coaching staff and with BJ about it. Like just getting also off the pitch better for the team, and like helping younger players to be a leader, and not only showing them on the field like how to do it, but also like off the field talking to them. And I think this year I have done a good job to helping the younger players, and trying to whoever wants to talk, taking them and helping them. For example, Ahmed Kasim, new player, comes from Europe, very similar situation, like where I was maybe 5-6 years ago, and yeah, just helping the team. I think I have most of the time in Nashville done it on the field, but also you can help with talking, and from your experience, just helping players off the field. Yeah, I think that's the biggest step I have done this year.
Correct. Sam, you guys have both brought up the changes to the roster and what they've meant, but in particular Andy Nahar, how has his ability to put you in position to score changed things for you guys?
Yeah, I think he's a very forward-thinking right back. Obviously we had Shaq, he was similar in that aspect, but I think Andy kind of gives us a different outlet on that right-hand side as well. I think he's almost like sometimes playing as a winger, and it just adds. He's got lots of quality. He can cross balls really well. Obviously, he cuts it back, and he's just I think he gets himself in really good positions. And you've seen even when he came on the other day, he helped change the game against Chicago, and I think just getting him in good positions as well. And he's probably one of our best players offensively as well, and it just helps us going forward when you have players like that can also do well going forward. And yeah, he's been a big part of this success.
And Hany, BJ said, despite being undefeated in your last 11 matches, that this team is just scratching the surface. Do you feel like you're just scratching the surface and there's a lot higher level for this team still? Yeah,
definitely. I think we can see that we still improve. Just taking Chicago 2-0 lead, and we get the ball and keep the ball, and I think that is a good evolution of us. But yeah, I think back to Andy. I think he's really a special player, because that is what I think is the biggest difference for me personally to last year, where we have players right now, when they press us high, they find solutions with the ball, and that starts from the back with Joe playing out. And I think Andy gives us there such a special and unique picture where he can even dribble through opponent and just create different pictures on the field. And he's, like Sam said, definitely one of our best players.
Jacob on Zoom.
Yeah, Hany, last season it seemed like you would sometimes have to drop a little bit deeper into midfield to pick up the ball, taking you maybe away from goal sometimes. How helpful have guys like Eddie and Patrick been in midfield with all the ground they cover to allow you and Sam to be in better positions to score, it seems.
Yeah, Eddie and Patrick, they have the engine. I think they run like 13K every game, which is incredible. That helps us. They're on the front foot. They can cover a lot of ground. So yeah, I'm very happy to have the engine behind us, because that means we can stay up high in the field and already like like I don't like the word cheating, but you already like, okay, if they win the ball, in what position are you? Like if they win the ball, and making sure that they can connect to you the pass, that you can go forward. I think they have helped us incredibly this season, but in the end of the day, we are just halfway through, and I think we have to go game by game, but yeah, they have done a really good job.
And Sam, being in the Gold Boot race right now, you were one goal off the MLS lead. Is that something that was on your mind before the season as an ambition? And if not, maybe when or has it even become a possibility for you yet?
I'd say I've always wanted to come in and score goals. Ever since I've come, I've wanted to do that. This season's been no different. I think the team success, mine's sort of come along with that. I think, like I said at the start, I probably wasn't scoring as many as I wanted to at the start of the season, but at the same time we was winning games. I think as long as the team's doing well, I think my success will come along with that, and I think as long as I keep focusing on that, everything else comes. But yeah, I think if you start looking at that too much, it probably hinders you. But I think some players want to, and they can strive for that. But I think if we won an MLS Cup this season, after obviously especially last season, and the lads putting the work in, I see every day. Obviously Hany and other lads we're putting in the work after training. I think that would be a lot more special, doing it with people that you put your trust into and you're working hard with every day. I think it's a lot more important.
John on Zoom.
I wonder if both of you guys could answer this. Both of you guys obviously very talented, offensive players, and both, I'm sure, kind of expect to be the main target in offense. What's it been like, understanding that you can both thrive in the same offense?
Yeah, I think for a successful team, you need to have more players who are capable than in scoring goals, and Sam has that hunger. He shows that every day after training he wants to do shooting exercise and do more. So we need to have players like this with the mentality to do more and willing to score, because in the end of the day the hardest thing in football is still scoring a goal, and we need to have multiple players who are capable of scoring goals.
Yeah, like you said, just multiple players that can score goals. I think it's come from other people as well. We've seen Dan Lovett this season, he's got a couple of goals. Andy, obviously I don't know what he's on for assists, but he's doing amazing as well. But Jason, we've got lads that can score goals from different positions, and we probably need Eddie and Patrick to chip in now with them two in the middle. But them two are doing great as well. But I think if we have goals coming from all different, it's not just solely reliant on me and Hany. And I think again, that's another thing this season that's been big for us.
Sure. And just to follow on that, just wonder if each of you guys could maybe briefly talk about how your relationship with one another has evolved and adjusted over time since Sam got here. Yeah,
I think it's a consistently growing and learning what the other person likes, and I think we keep working on it. We do a lot of film where I think the coaching stuff has helped us quite a lot, where they give us clear pictures, and when you come in areas where they say, okay, that's what the other person likes, and I think that makes it easier for us. In the end of the day, we need to have a good relationship to make this team strong and to win games. We have to keep working on it. It's consistently just doing it over and over again in practice, and we have done good this year, and I think there's still space to improve for both of us. That's exciting, and hopefully it goes even better.
Yeah, I think, like I said, we just want to keep getting better, and we know there's more to come. It's like BJ's probably said it. I think we're still scratching the surface. I think that's obviously the team, me and Hany and other players on the pitch. there's a lot of youth in the team, and I think we're only going to get better. I think obviously last season wasn't great, but we're building this season. But we're still not the finished article, but we're doing well this season. But we know there's so much more. I think obviously you look at Chicago, there's still a lot of areas where we can improve on, and yeah, we've had a lot of good games this year, but I think I think there's still hopefully more to come this season. I think there'll be more good games, and obviously me and Hany, I think we just keep working with each other, and hopefully we just keep it going.
Lauren, another last question.
Obviously you guys work super well together, but you're still competitors. Is there any kind of friendly bet on who's going to score the most goals this year, or anything like that?
No, there's no bet. We just hope to get a title to Nashville, and I think I'm personally if he wins the Golden Boot and we win a title, I would sign that today.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
Thank you very
Cheers,
much.
guys.